Hi friends, today I'm doing something a little bit different. We're going to be drawing a bit of Hello Kitty fan art. I've never drawn fan art before, so let me know if you like that or if that's something you want to see more of. That'd be really helpful. I was inspired by this little mug that I've had since I was little. My mom just found it out. She was cleaning out a couple things out of the attic and gave it back to me. So I thought that'd be really fun to do. So for those who are new here, I am Chris, and my goal here is to teach you art in a way that feels simple, encouraging, and totally doable. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the weekly videos and can be part of this lovely creative community. So let's dive in and draw together. Okay, so today we're just going to be using the actual just screen size. You can do whatever size you want, whatever works for you, but I'm just going to be using the screen size in Procreate. And of course, if you're just drawing on paper and pencil or another program, you pick whatever you want. This is going to be transferable to any sort of program for the most part. It's just basically drawing. So we're just going to learn how to draw this cute little character. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn my canvas this way simply, and all I'm going to be doing is using the sketching pencil from the Pretty Little Lines Illustrator Starter Kit. It's absolutely free. You can download it and get all these free goodies, all these free tools, and a bunch of other things in there as well. So I will leave the link in the description below for you. So I'm just going to start on a new layer. We're going to do sketch first, just to kind of get our simple shapes working and get this little Hello Kitty character looking rather adorable. We're going to think about simple shapes and proportion and what makes her so cute. My cup here, as you can see, is very old and getting kind of a funny color. But I always saw the Hello Kitty with the little bunny ears. So we're going to do bunny ears. And because it is winter time, let's do her up in a little winter coat. Okay, so let's start with the oval. Her face is fairly oval, so I'm just going to sketch out an oval. Start with that. So then her body is fairly short and fairly she's about half and half, 50% head, 50% body, pretty much. So let's start with that. I'm going to do this shape, a rounded triangle kind of. I mean, if it went out to there, just this shape like this for her body. It also lends itself to a nice sort of cute coat shape as well. Her little legs are going to be in the center, just little squatty, short, little rectangles like that. Everything's rounded, everything is soft, of course. And her little short arms add to the cuteness. Okay, I'm just gonna check my proportions here. This is a great way or great time to do it. I feel this is a little bit actually big, believe it or not, for what I'm going for. So I'm going to take my freehand, my selection tool with freehand selected. Just going to select that body, just that part with the arrow. Tap on that. Free form is going to let me just manipulate the shape. I'm just going to have her a little shorter because I want it to be about there. And maybe a little bit narrower. Just didn't quite get this proportion exactly, but that's what a sketch layer is for. Maybe these should be a little bit bigger in proportion to this part. Let's see, and then maybe the arms just a touch longer. Just everything working together is important. Okay, she's gonna have a scarf. So we're gonna do, it's gonna have a, a curve like that here. And bring this side in like this like this, so kind of overlapping, and then have a little, the little end of it there. Okay, I'm focusing on her body here. Let's get to her actual face would be good. So I have this big oval here. Her face is going to be more inside this because she's going to be wearing a little bunny hat, kind of like this. So again, still a smaller oval inside, like that. And then this is going to be her her hat. So do you see how loose I am right now? Like, it's just figuring this out. So just be really kind to yourself when you does not have to. I'm not going around and being like, this is Hello Kitty, like this. I can't draw like that. It doesn't give me the movement and the, I don't know, I just need to work it out in my brain first. So if you're like that, you're not alone. It doesn't look perfect from the get-go, and that's okay. That's not the point. It's not a race. So let's just, I keep looking back and looking at it, seeing what I can improve. I just really want to make sure that these are wide ovals, and that's working nicely. Okay, so then these lovely ears. Okay, so from the center, up and around, like that. Now these ears are nearly the same size as this, maybe just a little bit smaller, but they're pretty, in proportion, they're nearly the size of the width of her head. But like I said, just a little bit on the smaller side. So keep them like that. All right, now let's do her little face. So her nose is in the center. It's just a little oval, quite small. Then she's gonna have wide set eyes, like so. Now I'm just gonna have to make sure, I'm gonna erase a little bit, make sure that I've got this in the right spot. I might have to take my selection tools and move my nose over. Looks like it might need to be there. Okay. And color in your eyes if that helps. Sometimes it helps me. I need to have these a little bit more round, I think. That's good. Okay. The other thing I'm noticing is maybe that this should be a little bit down because, again, childish things are, the eyes and the nose are always quite low down on the face. I could do that by bringing these down or by bringing my scarf up a little bit. I might kind of do both because I still want this to be fairly low on her head. So you can just erase just to mold your look here, to mold your drawing, sorry, to shape it. Okay, and then of course we have lovely little cheeks. And I'm noticing that I'm over here more. So let's just see if that's right. Maybe not. Maybe I want it a little bit more out here. A little bit more size here. Okay, that I think is better. Because then we want to have her classic whiskers, which come from about here, here, here. Those might be a little bit far away. Let's try again. Here, here, here. They're kind of like on that angle. Go around. They don't go just straight out. I think I got this side probably a little bit better than that one. Okay, something like that. All right, I'm just gonna move her. Just gonna size her up. Whoops, I'm gonna see how that misshaped her. So I'm gonna use uniform and size her up a little bit. Okay, looking good. I think she's cute. Such a cute character. All right, let's just see where else we can perfect anything. Oh, I guess we should add a little bit of a detail. I'm gonna have the coat coming over here, so not in the center, so it'd flap over, but so the buttons are in the center. Okay, so we can do that. Maybe we'll give her a little pocket. Maybe two, probably should match. And, she's often known to wear a little bow in her hair, so even though she is wearing a hat, I don't think that matters. So let's just put a bow here. That looks very classic. Hello Kitty. So let's just have a look. Put some lines in there for that. Let me see. Zooming out, zooming in, just to, like, sometimes you gotta stand back to see what you've got going. We can have the little cuffs of her coat here. like that. Making sure they're the same length. It's very helpful to have arms the same length. Okay. Let's have a look. I just still wonder if I should bring this up just a little bit so there's less room for her mouth. If that makes any sense, you can go to your magic wand, go to liquefy, have it on push. The size is going to just kind of depend on what you're doing here. Mine's at 42 right now. So I just kind of push that up a little bit just to see if that's what I want. And I might want her eyes down a little bit. Her nose. Her nose is basically kind of, the middle of the nose is at the bottom of the eyes, if that makes any sense. I'll actually show you. So this line, if you run a line here, should be right in the middle of where her nose is. That's what I've noticed. If that helps you. Just looking, I'm just going to still play with my shapes. I'm just going to go to my magic wand, liquefy again, and maybe just bring this head shape in just a touch, just to make sure we're, being true to the character as much as I can. Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. Alrighty, let's go ahead and we're ready to make this lovely line work. So let's just take our sketch, bring down the opacity to about 20, whatever works for you, that you can see comfortably, and I'm going to create a new layer on top. Still with my sketching pencil, I'm at size 20, whatever you wish. I'm just going to do a nice outline so that eventually I can color this in. I hope you're having fun creating your character so far. If you'd like to dive deeper into character design from scratch and really learn how to create your own adorable characters, come check out my Character Design Academy. It's perfect if you're itching to understand how artists build cute characters step by step. I'll leave a link down in the description below so you can have a look and check it out. I'd love to see you there. All right, let's get back to it. So you can do this, edit. I'm going to have this kind of fuzzy, so I'm going to just be playing with my pressure a little bit. It's not going to be like this perfect line. I'm just kind of having it just sort of up and down with my pressure, just to have that like that. And I'll just mimic that over here. Okay. And same with this part. I mean, this is going to be sort of these little bits inside like this. And then you can come around and you can do little bits of fur if you want. It's just kind of a furry coat. I just don't want to do like every single line of fur just because that will take a while. So we'll just kind of imply that it's a bit fluffy. Okay, I'm just going to turn this off for a second just to see. Yeah, that works. That's good. Okay, I'm going to draw my bow first just because it's on top so then I can kind of put the fur line work below. All right. Some lines there. And maybe we can give it a little bit of a design. You can just do little polka dots maybe. Just something simple that doesn't take all your time up here. Just like that. I like to add a little pattern wherever I can. Okay, cute. And let's just keep going with this bit of fluffy hat. Okay, and then our eyes. Now, if you want, you can do this. I wouldn't blame you because I might do it myself. I'm just going to make sure that I have this rounded enough. I'm going to color it in. And if you want, we can just duplicate this so we have the same size eyes, which makes it easier. So once you're happy with the size and shape, we can go ahead and take our selection tool with freehand, draw a circle around, and just tap on copy and paste. It creates a new layer. So I can just take that with the arrow, and then on uniform, flip horizontal, just so it's the mirror image. And then with the arrow, sorry, I'm just gonna move that along here. And so now I have the same eye. Now I can just merge these two together, just pinching them. So now they're all in the same layer again. Just gonna draw her little nose. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm just gonna take my color up to white and just do a little highlight on that eye to bring it to life. Just super simple. There we go. Back to black. Let's just finish her face here. I'm just gonna draw this really light pressure circle because of course if I'm gonna color this in, I'm just gonna do this with pink. But even with my line work, I kind of like to see it there. If I can draw a nice circle, that'd be helpful. There we go. That's a little bit small. Try again. There we go. All right, so then we can have our lines here. I think they're going to be thinner in, and then you can push a little bit out like that. I think that would be the correct way to do it. There we go. And that's her lovely little face. Okay, not sure if I like this line right here so much. I might change this. I kind of didn't do that very nicely. So I'm just gonna, there, make that a little bit better. Right, so now her scarf. So let's just kind of swoop in like that. Just make it feel a little bit like fabric. Just some nice little folds, something like that. And then her little tab here. Now we can draw some little tassels on here if you want. Just do little circles and then a little fringe. It's kind of nice again for a different texture. It looks nice. Let's just do her little coat here. Actually, her coat should maybe be in the furry, like make it kind of a furry coat. It's a whole ensemble. Nice little set here. And that's the hood of her coat. Just a little jaggedy line. And then we'll just simply have her little hands. Try to keep it, similar and even from, I'm just looking at this, if I'm done too far, maybe a little bit. Just so this comes relatively close. Now you want that just to have a little bit of a jog, just so it looks naturally that's where it comes together. All right. Just simple shapes for little feet. All right, and we have a little button. And you can do a little design on it if you wish. Just a little stitching always is nice. And the little pockets. I don't love that this is overlapping here. I wonder if I can get away with one pocket. Would that look odd? Maybe it would. Okay, well, it's going to be overlapping. Just make sure that you kind of see it out the end here. So it's a bit clearer there. I think it's time to turn off our sketch. So I'm just gonna turn that off. Let's have a look. Oh, so cute. Don't love how I've made this as that square. I've kind of made that a little bit too sharp, I think. So I'll just soften that a bit. What else? Maybe we can mimic that polka dot pattern here. So just have that echo from the bow. You see how that works? It's nice to bring things in again, to have them a couple of times, just so they actually kind of make a cohesive look. Okay, I think that's good. Right, maybe just a few more lines in here. Lovely. I might even take my sketch and go here and duplicate it just to make it even bolder. What you could also do if you wanted to, it's another type of style, is really like go darker on the outside, which might look much more kind of an illustrative graphic look. So I might do that. Just can go over what you've done if you want, just to make it a little bit bolder. I know after you've done all this work, it's just a choice. I'm just showing you how you can change it a little bit. Just having this stronger outline. I'm still trying to keep it kind of wiggly, but I'm just pushing a lot more with my pen. I could change the size of my pen, of course, too, but that's also an option. But having this really bold line can really make the shape really stand out. So sometimes these finishing details make a difference. All right, so I'm not going to go as much in the middle, but you see how the outside really shows up more. Maybe a little bit in here too. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I would love to do more fan art. If that's something that you're interested in, you can let me know, and also let me know what you would like to see, what you would like to learn to draw as well, what characters. That would be really fun. I think it's a great way to do it. Obviously, since it's fan art, you know that this cannot be used for sales, so nothing you can, we're not going to draw here and sell. This is just for fun and just for education. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, like I said before, I love it if you gave the video a like and subscribe. It helps me tremendously. So I would love to keep bringing you more and more videos always. So love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.